Hi, Steve. Hi, everyone.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Dr. Dr. Gill. How's everything going?
Very well. How are you?
I'm doing great too. Thank you for asking. Nice to see you here today.
You too. I know Fred is planning to attend, and oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone who's joining right now. We're just going to wait another minute or two before we get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and begin. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our admitted student webinar for the data science programs. My name is Jessica Stern. I am part of the graduate recruitment team at the University of Southern California, Viterbi School of Engineering. I'm really excited about the guests that we have today to welcome you all. And I will definitely give them a proper introduction later, but we do have wonderful faculty from the department, as well as your graduate advisors and some current students who will share their experiences with you. Before we dive in, I'm just going to give you a very brief overview about the school and some really helpful resources that are available to you all as admitted students as you are making a pretty taxing decision about where you want to go to graduate school. We are going to use the Q&A function in this webinar. So if you have questions, you couldn't put them in the Q&A. We will likely address the majority of your questions throughout the course of today's webinar, but we'll definitely have time to respond directly as well later. This will be recorded. It is being recorded as we speak, and we will post the recording on the admitted student webpage on the Viterbi Grad Admission website. So first, again, congratulations, all of you, on your admission to the University of Southern California and to the School of Engineering in particular. We know so many factors come into play as you consider this decision. Some of them might be based on your career and your academic goals and where this institution fits into your ability to achieve those goals. It may be the location of your university. You will be living in this place, and you would probably like to know what opportunities for your career are available in that location. You may be considering the strength of the alumni network of the school. We know this is especially important for graduate school. Alumni tend to be a wonderful connection for you as you pursue various career paths in various industries, as well as research opportunities. Maybe some of you are looking to engage in research as a master's student and want to see how the school gives you that opportunity. We will share some of the ways that USC addresses all of these different factors and what you can expect. So first, in terms of our location, we are in the heart of Los Angeles in downtown LA. LA is a very vibrant city. I know many of you are coming from all over the world. So if you have not had a chance to visit Los Angeles yet, I can assure you it's incredibly dynamic. There's no shortage of things to do, weather to enjoy, but also it is a bustling place for innovation, for global business, for tech. And the map you see here is actually of an area known as Silicon Beach. And that is, you know, I'm sure all of you know Silicon Valley. Silicon Beach has many branch offices of companies that are headquartered in Silicon Valley, as well as an ecosystem of startups. There are more than 500 startups in this very location. And you can see spotlighted right here are two research centers that are part of USC, the Information Sciences Institute, as well as the Institute for Creative Technologies. Both are in that area of LA. We do have many of our graduate students engaging in research in these centers or pursuing part-time jobs. So this is just a wonderful way for you to see how USC is connected to its place and all of the wonderful industry opportunities here. I know for many of you, you are choosing to pursue a graduate program in hopes it advances your career. We do have a dedicated career connections office for our graduate engineering students that puts on so many different types of events, workshops, and programming to make the most of your time here and to really give you that competitive advantage as you start applying for internships and jobs. Many of you may have already heard of our Career and Internship Expo, where we have more than 100 prospective employers coming onto campus to review your resumes, to share about any job vacancies. But our Career Connections office does so much more than that event that happens twice a year. Throughout the year, you'll be able to attend workshops to improve your resume, your interview skills. We'll have mixers with alumni who are currently prospective employers as well. You can do mock interviews and so much more. And really, and as our students can attest later on in our panel, once you start your fall semester, it is go, go, go. So you will jump right into this process if it is your goal to get placed in an internship for summer, to really get everything ready so that you can make the most of these various opportunities that we offer you. Here are some more examples of the types of events that Viterbi Career Connections offers. I do encourage you to check out their Instagram to stay updated on the kinds of events they are hosting and the kinds of companies that are coming to visit us. It's beyond information sessions. As you can see here, we do boot camps, we go on to treks where we actually visit the companies ourselves, mock interviews, as I mentioned. So a breadth of opportunities for you here to connect with industry. If you want to see specifically the types of jobs our graduates secure when they complete their program, you can do so on our website. So all of our program pages have this Career Outcomes tab, and there you can see the types of positions and companies that our graduates from your program are working in. Our community is large and very diverse. We have students from all over the world, from more than 100 countries at USC and virtually every state in the United States. It is so important to us that you find a home here at USC, and we do everything possible to help you feel at home here. We encourage you to join student organizations. There are groups based on any interest, as well as any community that you feel a part of. And so we do definitely encourage you to engage with our various communities here and take part in all of the wonderful campus activities that are available at USC. You can see our Trojan Marching Band here. They make appearances sometimes. We have tailgates around our football games. We have concerts on campus. Again, there's no shortage of things to do and ways to meet people here at USC. Here's some more fun ways. There's actually an app that all of our students can download that gives them all the information about the events and happenings on campus. We also have a mentorship program. So once you decide you are coming to USC and submit your statement of intent, you will have access to more information, including this mentorship program that pairs you with a currently enrolled graduate student. And this becomes your mentor, your friend, who kind of helps you navigate life at USC and at Viterbi in particular. So if you have questions about how to register for courses or where something is, or just more broadly, you can definitely take advantage of this program. Now, in terms of your deadline, so all of you have received your letter of admission. Once you have decided you are ready to accept your offer, you can do so through the USC portal. That's YOUSC. And most of you will have a commitment deadline of either April 15th or May 1st. Please double check your letter of admission to confirm exactly what your commitment deadline is. For most of you, it will be April 15th, but again, double check your letter of admission and it will give you instructions on how to submit that statement of intent and your commitment deposit. So here are some of the other things that you can expect to receive after you submit your statement of intent. As I mentioned, you'll get information about the mentorship program, but you'll also receive important information regarding orientation and your arrival to USC. You'll also have access to academic webinars. So these are additional virtual events hosted by your academic department that will give you a little bit more detail about course registration and planning and more. You'll also receive some information about housing. We know this is something top of mind for many students moving to Los Angeles for grad school. There are on-campus and off-campus housing options available, and we can give you some of that information, but you'll get a whole lot of it after you submit your statement of intent. For those of you who are international students, you should have already received a notification about our new system for submitting your financial documents, and it's known as Trojan International. Please submit your financial documents as soon as possible to help expedite the processing of your immigration documents. Finally, I'm just providing and making you aware of some links that are available to you as you want to explore more about our university and school. You can take a virtual tour of our campus, or if you happen to be in the area, definitely do reach out. We would be happy to host you for a visit. We do have tons of student organizations that you can explore at these sites. And again, we'll make this presentation available for you afterwards, so you can follow these links. You can also explore various safety resources, as well as all of the services that we have related to your wellness and well-being. And finally, we do have USC's International Services Office, OIS, and you can explore the kinds of services and frequently asked questions that they make available for you. I'm very, very excited to share we do have an ambassador program. Our graduate student ambassadors are fantastic current students. Many of them are here with us today to chat with you. But if you have any questions after today's session, please feel free to chat with them directly on our website. The link is here. These students are very, very enthusiastic about USC and were in your position not too long ago. So definitely do reach out to them. The QR code is at the corner in case that's easier for you. And here is our contact information. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing at this time and introduce to you Professor Yolanda Gill. Professor Gill is the Senior Director for Strategic Artificial Intelligence and Data Science Initiatives at the Information Sciences Institute of the University of Southern California and Research Professor in Computer Science and Spatial Sciences. She is also the Director of Data Science Programs and of the USC Center for Knowledge-Powered Interdisciplinary Data Science. Professor Gill is also joined by Professor Morstadter, who is the Research Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Associate Director of the Data Science Program. Thank you both so much for being here. Please feel free to take it away.
Thank you so much. I want to get us started, and Fred will present the second half of the overview that we've prepared for you on the data science program at USC. Rather than walking you through requirements, which you already can see in our website, we wanted to convey to you how the program works and why it's unique. So as you know, data is everywhere, whether human behaviors, nature, engineered simulations. You can collect data in any domain, and that has fundamentally changed the methodology that we use for science, the different approaches that we use in engineering, and even more fundamentally, the social sciences at all levels. So many of you are interested in some of these areas. One thing that is important to realize is that data science is anything that emphasizes data first thinking. And so it is very much connected with AI and machine learning. I show you here a diagram that gives you an idea that there's many areas that are overlapping and shared with AI and machine learning, as well with other disciplines. So for example, statistics and mathematics, databases and data systems, high performance computing and supercomputing, sensors and Internet of Things. And at the bottom, you see also overlaps with particular disciplines or areas of study as they develop quantitative methods in the disciplines. And so data science encompasses a lot of things. And by getting a degree in data science, you get this data-centered view of the world and of all of these other disciplines, and you will get to learn about all these aspects. The way that we think about data science is that it provides bridges between computer science and other areas of study. And so, for example, while in computer science, we focus on pure algorithms, data science, we start to think about how to apply those algorithms. Data mining is how we refer to that, and also how we do it at scale. There's this area of interdisciplinary data science where you start to apply those algorithms to specific disciplinary data. So for example, you may be mining customer opinions for marketing purposes, and you use those same data mining algorithms, but now you worry about how to approach customer data. And then finally, in particular areas of studies, you learn quantitative methods and different approaches very much focused on the particular discipline. So there's this entire range, and our data science program sits in the middle as that bridge. So some of you are more in the core data science program, so applied data science. Some of you may be in cybersecurity engineering, where we cover cybersecurity and privacy. So applied data science is a program that's very much focused on the computing aspects of data science. And of course, we cover applications as well. And then what you see in red are very unique programs that we offer that are joined with other schools. So you will take a half of your courses learning computing techniques and a half of your courses learning quantitative methods in some discipline. So that's the case, for example, with communication data science. I know there's many of you here in that program. Communication data science joined with our Annenberg School of Communication, or public policy data science joined with our School of Public Policy. There's programs that go deeper into those areas of studies, and you will have this very unique ability to speak computing, to be able to work with computer scientists, to be able to build data science applications and understand how they are built. The interdisciplinary programs are first of their kind. In most cases, we started back in 2015, and we have currently more than 1,000 students in the data science program. So it's a very, very active community, lots of different elective courses to choose from, and lots of possible colleagues and, of course, graduates, as you were hearing from Jessica. The unique features of our programs, one is that we welcome non-computer science students. So if you are in that category, rest assured that we will offer you carefully designed introductory courses, 3 courses in particular, that will help you get into the world of computational thinking and programming. The second is that we worry a lot about having what is called data acumen, to be very comfortable working with data and to be able to work with others that have complementary skills, as well as doing practical projects. And the third is that we emphasize very much the computing side of data science. So of course we teach statistics, of course we teach methodology in various areas, but we focus very much on computing innovations. So to make our courses accessible to non-computer science students, we teach very much concepts in computing, but also practical learning through interfaces that don't require programming at the beginning. So we've been very successful with this. The second thing that we do is that we really expose you to people with different expertise so that you can break the barriers in terms of the way to approach a problem and to think about a problem. And you really need to work with all of them to be a successful data scientist. And then finally, I mentioned data acumen to help you think about data, to help you think about data first and develop that kind of different thinking. So I'm going to skip this really quickly, but what we're really trying to do is help you be in a position to work on complex data science problems by being very capable yourself and being very capable of connecting with others. And I'm going to pass it to Fred to do the rest of the presentation.
All right, thanks, Yolanda. All right, so just really quickly, this is an overview of the courses that we have in the data science program. That top left box, you can see these are kind of the introductory courses to give you a foundation. But the bottom of that box, Yolanda was highlighting that it's okay to come into this program with absolutely zero background in computer science, and indeed it is. These are the 3 courses that are really going to get you up to speed, as a programmer, to train you to think like a data scientist, et cetera. Principles of programming, intro to computational thinking, and data science at scale. In this program, you're allowed to take up to 2 computer science electives from the CS department. Some of those are shown in the bottom left box there. And on the right, you can see some of the more advanced data science and AI classes that we offer, foundations of data management, et cetera. And we also have a strong component of security, which you can see at the bottom right, information security, systems assurance, et cetera. But again, all this information is available on our webpage. It's really important to have community, right, during your studies. There are great ways to do that. 2 of them are shown here. We have Grids, which is a student organization. It's a club, so to speak. They have invited talks. They have tutorials. They teach you how to do things. They also have office hours for your data science projects. Highly encourage you to look into that during your time at USC. Also, we have this program called C-Kids, where we run every semester a data fest, where students are teamed up with professors and people from industry to tackle real world problems in a semester-long project. It's a great way to hone your skills and see outside of what you're just learning within your classes there. Next slide, please. Just really quickly, we are in the top 5 in hires by large tech companies. That's really good. You're in the right place to get a job, right? And where might those jobs be? Next slide, please. So these are some of the places where our students have ended up after completing the program. You see large companies like Google and Apple, as well as smaller media companies. That's an artifact of being in LA, as well as news and so on and so forth. And it just so happens we have the same picture here for Silicon Beach that was presented at the top of the talk. With that, we can pause for any questions.
There are some questions about the size of the program, specifically applied data science, but maybe you can talk generally about all of the data science programs. How big are classes generally?
It depends on the class. So the intro level classes are a little bit bigger. Sometimes, we have up to, as many as 100 students in those classes, but the more specialized advanced classes tend to be somewhat smaller. Usually you can expect somewhere between 40 to 60 students in those courses.
Thank you. Do graduates tend to stay in the area after graduation?
Ooh, that's a great question. We're still collecting data on where our graduate students end up. I know many of them do stay in LA. I don't have a hard number to provide you, but many of them do. Many of them also go to the Bay Area or also end up in, in any of these companies, across the country.
Yeah, I think that many go to big tech and many move to the Bay Area or to Seattle or to Austin. These are big areas of tech concentration. In LA, what you find is basically a lot of startups and a lot of concentration on 3 sectors. One is the entertainment, social media type industry. We are the birthplace for, things like Snapchat, YouTube, and others. So that's one sector that's big. Another one is robotics and aerospace. So we are, SpaceX and all kinds of robotics startups. And the third one is biotech companies. So there's a lot of very significant biotech sector in LA. So our students gravitate in various ways, and there's just a lot of options.
Yeah, I guess one thing I would just add to that is, there are data science positions everywhere. So whether or not you want to stay in LA is really up to you. I mean, you can find a job here or somewhere else, no problem.
That's actually a perfect segue, Professor Morstetter. We have some students who are admitted to the healthcare data science program, and they want a better understanding of what their career options would be. One student particularly asked, will I be able to apply for jobs in any data science sector and not necessarily only healthcare data science?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, healthcare data science is data science, right? So you have all of the tools that your classmates do, and by having that healthcare specialization, I think it gives you an understanding and credibility to target problems that are associated with healthcare, but that doesn't bind you in any way, right? It just opens up the doors to more things. So yeah, I mean, you could do the healthcare data science and decide, I don't really care about this healthcare stuff, and work at any of the companies that Yolanda mentioned or were on that slide. It's no big deal.
Let me give a different view, which is that the healthcare data science program is very focused on teaching students about the health field. So in the first year, the classes that you take will actually take you to a real hospital. You see how patients are treated, you see how data is collected, you see the challenges of the healthcare environment, and then taking the data back to the lab and analyzing it. And you continue learning more and more techniques to analyzing and understanding healthcare data in particular. So I think it would be kind of the wrong program for you if you're really planning to work on, data science for some other industry where you can get, another degree that's more focused on general data science. But it's a very, very well-crafted program that puts you in a path to working in the health sector.
Thank you so much. There are also a few questions related to pursuing research as a master's student in any of these programs, whether it's applied data science or one of the specialized data science programs. What opportunities are there for students who are interested in doing research?
So I think the best way to get your foot in the door is through the CKIDS program that I mentioned. And beyond that, you can email professors when you get here, but a cold email doesn't go as far as like actually having FaceTime with the person and having contributed to the thing they're interested in. So I would strongly encourage you to look into CKIDS if that's something you're interested in doing.
Yeah, and to add to that, Fred, a lot of students get to the master's program and then decide to pursue a PhD and do research. So we've seen many students actually publish their work as master's students just because of their inclination to pursue research.
Thank you so much. If you all have any other questions, I think a lot of these questions are great for our advisors who will be joining us shortly to help you out with a lot of these course related questions. Okay, this is a question we get quite often, and that's how students can distinguish between the CS data science program and the applied data science program. Is that something you all can speak to?
Yolanda, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, so the computer science master's is going to give you a greater breadth in computer science than we will give in the data science program. So you will get exposed to other areas. You also have access to more computer science courses. So a lot of computer science undergraduates go to the master's in computer science. we get a lot of computer science undergraduates that really want to learn about data. They don't want to learn more about computer networks or compilers or any other area. And so it depends on your inclination. If you see a future for yourself in a data field and in a data-rich kind of career, then data science is for you. If you imagine that you'll gravitate towards doing some other work, then maybe computer science is the right place.
Thank you. I'll just ask you all one or two more questions. The Q&A is very active. The question that I had was related to, projects. So students would like to know some of the ways that they will have hands-on experience in the master's programs. And Professor Gill, you mentioned in healthcare data science, some students who get to go to hospitals and understand how data is being used there. Could you share other ways that students engage in projects?
So Fred mentioned our semester-long projects in DataFest. We engage about 100 of our students in those projects every semester. They work closely with faculty. The faculty has real problems, real data. So we had a faculty from environmental studies who has data for 30 years from Catalina Island off of the coast. And of course, they used over 30 years, different sensors, different locations, different data quality. And so taking advantage of that data and analyzing that data requires a lot of careful work. And so you get to work with real world data. I was yesterday talking to someone from our airport, LAX, thinking about aviation data to avoid incidents on the runways. So you get to work with real data, you get to work with faculty, you get to work in real projects for a whole semester. So you have a lot of time to learn to manage your time, work on class duties, and then, find time to work on these projects. So I think that's an important aspect, but every class is designed so that you do a class project along the entire semester. And so every class is really, every instructor is really invested on helping you create a portfolio of projects based on your work in class. And so I don't think that any of our students are just listing the degree and no projects, because they all actually have a lot of projects to list when they apply for jobs.
That's excellent. Thank you. I'm just going to ask one more question before we move on to the next section. Brian asked, do the specialized domain classes, such as the healthcare classes, incorporate data science, or are they more for learning background information about the domain?
That's a great question. So they actually, we call them quantitative methods in that discipline, right? So part of quantitative methods is to be able to collect the data and understand how the data is collected, the limitations of that data collection. So, you may discover that there are more errors in the data collection than you expected, and you would understand the types of errors that are made when you collect health data. And that's a very important aspect of quantitative methods. If you take a class that teaches you to analyze, biomedical imaging data, then you're going to see biomedical imaging algorithms. And so you will understand what the physicians are looking for in an X-ray or in an MRI, and what features are important. But then when you take a machine learning class or a computer vision class, you understand the challenges that come from the other side and why they are unique or special or interesting, or why general algorithms are not sufficient. And so you get this complementary way to learn about how to do data science in that domain.
Fantastic. Thank you. Do you all want to say any final words before we move on?
I will post a link to a podcast where I talked for about half an hour about the program. So if the students are interested, they can look at that. I'll email it to you, Jessica, if you
Okay, can. Of course, I can share it with everybody.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to take this time now to introduce you all to Steve and Sabrina and Norma and Erica, and hopefully I've caught you all that are here from the advising team. And they are going to answer some of the questions that you all submitted when you registered for this webinar related to courses and some of the questions that are coming in the Q&A now. So whoever wants to take it away, feel free.
Awesome. Thanks, Jessica. And thank you, Dr. Gill and Dr. Morstatter for providing some great insights on the program. So my name is Steve Pham. I'm one of the academic advisors here for the computer science and data science student populations. I'm joined here by a lot of my colleagues as well. Once you're at USC and in the computer science department, you'll see that we have a bunch of advisors, and we're all definitely here to support you and answer any questions that you have. And then with that being said, I know we received a bunch of questions regarding registration and then taking CS courses as electives and just electives in general. So for students that confer and let USC or let our department know that you will be coming for the fall semester, students will be receiving an email in early to mid-July with information regarding registration. Another thing to note is that for a lot of our data science students that have a background in computer science or programming and are interested in waiving out of our introductory courses, in the initial email regarding registration, you will be given the opportunity to waive out of courses as well. So just be on the lookout for an email sometime in the mid and early July month. And then once again, registration will start nearly after that email is given as well. So just be really on the lookout for your emails that month. There's going to be a lot of important communication from our department. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is regarding computer science courses. So students that are interested in taking computer science courses as a data science students, you are definitely welcome to do so. For applied data science students, you are eligible to take up to 2 computer science courses towards your degree. For students in other programs, such as healthcare, environmental, and communication, that number right now is 1 computer science course. And then for students in cybersecurity engineering, since there's a lot of different programs here, cybersecurity engineering, you actually have a lot of courses in computer science that are required. So you will be able to take computer science and data science courses towards your degree. And then I'll hand it off to one of my other colleagues to answer some of the other common questions that we saw.
Yeah, so we did actually receive a lot of questions in regards to like how many units students should be taking per semester. So our department policy is aligned with the university policy of 8 units being, the minimum to be full-time as a master's student. So generally our students do enroll in 8 units per semester, which is 2 courses, because all of our courses are 4 units, or most of them are. For those of you who may be part of DEN, then we usually recommend maybe 1 course or 4 units per semester, because we do know that most of our DEN students are working full-time. So in order to balance out their schedule, we usually have them take 1 course.
Awesome. And then we also received questions, quite a lot actually, about students that are interested in switching programs. So currently we are not allowing students to switch, or let's say if you are in the interdisciplinary programs, such as healthcare, communication, environmental, you are not eligible to switch into applied data science. However, the opposite is not true. Let's say you started as an applied data science student and you looked at the healthcare data science program, the curriculum, and you're thinking, you know what, this is something that I might be really interested in doing. I really want to specialize in this healthcare area. Let's see if I could switch. So if you're in applied data science, you could definitely switch into these other programs. That's not an issue. If you want to switch into applied data science, though, that is where our department, at least currently, we are not allowing that pathway. And then for students that apply to multiple programs, let's say you apply to, healthcare data science, but then also applied data science. You have up until the end of your first semester to decide which one you want to pursue. And then once you choose a specific discipline or area, you'll definitely have to stay in that, just because we don't want students to extend their graduation longer than they need. So we typically try to tell students to decide which track or which specialization they're going to do by the end of the first semester.
And then just some general tips for getting ready to start your courses in the fall. We definitely recommend that, you take a look at the courses and what course options that you hope to take. Steve mentioned the possibility of waiving introductory courses. So for those who maybe don't have the strongest background in different programming or data science, we definitely see a lot of students come in with a lot of like online certificates, just to help them prepare for the curriculum. So a lot of students may take some Coursera courses, or Udemy are pretty popular ones. We definitely recommend keeping an eye on your USC email. All official information from the department regarding registration, the course waivers, everything like that will be going to your USC email. So we do recommend keeping an eye on that. As Steve mentioned, probably, mid to late July, you'll be getting a lot of emails from the department regarding registration. We also recommend connecting with peers. So that's, something that we definitely encourage peer collaboration. We do recommend being careful with certain things such as academic integrity. So if you are working with, different students on projects or homeworks, we recommend just running it by your professors to ensure that, there's no violation of academic integrity. And then again, a big resource that we recommend looking into to answer a lot of questions that I saw in the Q&A would be the Viterbi Career Connections Office. They're really good with helping you with resumes, as mentioned before. They also may have some data regarding, different careers that students go into and different things like that I saw in the chat.
And then I do want to ask you just two more questions, because I know we have a great student panel in a couple of minutes. But one question that I believe Dr. Morstetter and Gil answered was regarding research. So I know a lot of students in data science or just engineering in general are very interested in research. And I know there are a lot of opportunities on campus, especially with our department. We have a lot of different faculty members as well as research labs for students that are interested in research. One thing I did want to know for applied data science, communication, data science, healthcare, and environmental, you are definitely encouraged to do research if that's something that you're interested in doing. If you want to pursue a PhD in the future, please, by all means, take advantage of the many resources and the great faculty members here that we have in our department. But one thing I wanted to share is that we recommend and encourage students to do volunteer research. And the reason for that is because we actually cannot use research towards elective credit. So, and that doesn't mean, students shouldn't do it. I think research is a great opportunity, especially at a great university such as USC that has a lot of research opportunities. I really emphasize if research is something that you're interested in doing, there's a great project or a lab that you really want to work with, or a faculty member that you've heard great things about and you really want to work with, then definitely go ahead and do so. And our department encourages that. And then the last thing I know, when a lot of students registered for this event, they had just what's the best general tip, or just a general tip that you would have for incoming students? I would really emphasize just trying to take a step back sometimes. I know USC is our schedules and curriculum is very rigorous, and it's built because we produce a lot of graduates that end up going to work at great companies, great organizations, startups, and things like that. So our curriculum is pretty rigorous, it's intense, but then also you're going to be in LA. LA is one of the most beautiful places that you can be. I went to a couple webinars this week and I talked to students about how I can't imagine another place in the world where, the beach is an hour away, the mountains is an hour away if you want to go snowboarding or skiing. The desert is a mile away, the forest is a mile away, or an hour away. Sorry, not a mile away. That would be amazing. But yeah, so LA is an amazing place. Once you get here, it's going to be beautiful, sun all the time. So really take advantage of the area that you're going to be in. Obviously, school is really important. Your academics are very important. But also take a step back and, really enjoy the moment that you're going to have here at USC. And then with that, Jessica, I do think that we have a student panel right now.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you all for being here, and congratulations on your acceptance and admittance to USC.
That's great advice, Steve. And I don't know what we would do without you. So I just want to tell the students to be sure to be very reassured that you will have great advising all the way from, how to get to the beach and snowboarding, to get connected with research and everything in between. So thank you for everything you do.
Of course, thank you all.
I definitely echo that. Thank you so much, advisors. You're all amazing. Okay, I'm very excited to introduce you all to some of my favorite people on campus. They are our graduate student ambassadors. They are current students in a variety of data science programs. And we have a lot of them here today, which is so exciting. So we're going to start off just by having them introduce themselves, and then we'll just ask a couple of questions. But definitely, if there's something top of mind that you would like to make sure any of these student panelists address, go ahead and put that in the Q&A. And I'll just call you out by name in the order that I see you on my screen, because there's a lot of you. So we'll start with Swarnita. If you can share your name, what you study, where you're from, and why you chose USC.
Sure, thanks, Jessica. Hi, everyone. My name is Swarnita Venkatraman, and I am currently pursuing my master's in applied data science at USC. And this is my final semester. I will be graduating in the next 6 weeks. So, and I'm originally from Mumbai, India, and I started in fall 2021. And my top reasons for choosing USC were definitely, the first one would be the strong alumni network. I think I was able to see the Trojan spirit and everything even before coming here from my seniors. I still have very incredible support from them. So that is something that's definitely one top reason for me. And the second would also be the location, for sure. As we spoke about the advantage of having the proximity to startups and big tech companies, I think that also was one reason for which I was considering USC. And the next reason would be the nature of the applied data science program. I think this program was really practical and hands-on, and I wanted to learn how to apply industry level tools and in practical applications and very hands-on coursework. So I think that is also something that I considered, along with the flexibility of the program, where I have 3 core courses and I have the flexibility to choose 5 electives from CS and DS courses. So I get to create a program that is catered to my specific interests. So yeah, that's why I'm here, and I'm really excited to be on this panel today.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on almost graduating. That's very exciting. Jorge, if you could introduce yourself.
Thank you, Jessica. Hi, everyone. My name is Jorge Solis. I'm pursuing my master's in healthcare data science, and I'm from Zacatecas, Mexico. And this is my first year, and I will say that one of the main reasons why I chose USC is because this joint program that I'm part of, the healthcare data science, because during my undergrad, I realized that I wanted to pursue a career in data science, but focus on the healthcare side. So that's actually the main reason why I chose USC. And also, as Swarnita said, the location is one of the reasons why. So thank you for having me today.
Thank you. Shyam?
Hey, hi all. My name is Shyam Krishnan. I'm originally from Kerala, India. And I'm also a final semester applied data science student. So would be graduating in a couple of weeks. And when it comes to choosing USC and especially the applied data science program, I really echo with what Swarnita had to say. It's actually the flexibility of the course and also the variety of courses that I could find. So a couple of courses which actually made me decide on choosing the applied data science program was, one among them was actually the fairness in AI, which I got the opportunity last spring, which Professor Fred and Professor Christina had taken. So it was one of the core courses that I was actually looking for when I applied for the program. And also the core courses actually helps you sort of define the upcoming semester to apply the learnings that you get from the core courses to the other courses that you choose, especially the electives. So it's actually sort of a really good learning curve for me. and almost all the courses that I had taken had a project as well. So you learn on one end, you work on the assignments, and you apply to the projects. So the learning experience has been great for me, and I'm really happy with the decision that I took 2 years ago.
That's great to hear. Thank you. Trishula.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Trishla Alpara and I'm from Mumbai, India. So my major is also applied data science and I'm also gonna graduate this semester. So I'm really excited about it. And in regards to why I chose USC and specifically the applied data science program. So before joining, I went through the curriculum and as like you guys, I attended the webinars to get to know about the curriculum and what USC has to offer for this program. So based on that, I wanted to do something specialized in the data science domain as I didn't wanted to do the generic computer science. So that contributed towards my decision to join this program. And also USC was my dream university. I really wanted to get into this university and I got in. It has great campus life. The student life here is really exciting because you get to know a lot of things. You get to be a part of a lot of events that are going around in the university. At times it can be overwhelming, but you have to make the best out of it as you can. So yeah, that was my reason to choose USC.
And then lastly, we have Lily.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Lily Zhou and I'm from China. And I major in healthcare data science and also it's my last semester here. So I will be very excited, like I will be graduate this May. And I want to share that why I choose USC at the beginning. The first of all reason is because this program, since I major in healthcare data science, so I feel like this program is interdisciplinary program. So in my 2 years in USC, I have took some course from data science department, the computer science department, like machine learning, data management, and I also have the opportunities can take some course from the biomedical engineering department. So it's really exciting. And also I took one course from the Keck Medicine, the School of Medicine at Keck, and it means like I can not only access the resources inside the Viterbi, but also can have some opportunities to explore outside of Viterbi. So it's very excited. And also I want to mention another thing why I choose USC is because I really like USC event. There are a lot of the student organizations, including the GRACE, the graduate student in data science, that in that organizations, we can have our own project. And I was lucky and I followed Yolanda in my first semester. And that was exciting, a healthcare related clinical trials project. And because of that experience, I got an internship in a healthcare industry. So that was really exciting. So I feel like, yeah, USC is a great place. Please come. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Lily. Since you actually just mentioned internships, I'll dive right into that. For the whole panel, can you share any experiences you've had with internships or jobs as a student, and how USC, if at all, kind of helped you facilitate and get that opportunity?
Yeah, I can answer that. So I did intern in one of the companies in the Bay Area, and I met a lot of USC alumni there. So one of our seniors was also working over there, and it is really great to know, that someone from your university is there, because there's this Trojan spirit and connection that you guys share, and it's really easy to network with them, and they genuinely give you advice that I felt that was really great for me. So yeah, that was something that I really loved when I interned.
I can go next. So for me personally, having taken the core courses, which was data management, machine learning, and data mining within my first 2 semesters, really helped build that foundation when I was interviewing for internships, because these courses have a lot to like offer at USC, and these are like core concepts that are really tested during your interviews. So having done hands-on assignments and project work and coursework in these courses really helped me in the preparation process for internships. So I would definitely advise taking these courses in your early semesters so that you have that foundation set for your other electives and also for your interview preparation.
I can add something. I want to share that like the one thing is I mentioned before, there are a lot of project opportunities, research opportunities we can find in the USA. So that definitely help us to find an internship. And also even especially for someone who with not too strong like technical skills background like me, I also study biology in my undergrad. So I feel like the project experience really helped me to find an internship. And also another one is USC has a strong alumni network. So we have the Viterbi link, it's the Viterbi alumni network. And also when I apply for internship and also a full-time job, I can always find there is someone who works in my dream company or who is a USC alumni. And I contact them and send them a cold email. They always give me some response and I can connect with them, ask them for some suggestions or even a referral. So that really helped me. Yeah, thank you.
I have a general question about managing the course load. It sounds like a lot of you had to juggle a lot of things at once, whether it's courses or interviews. Juanita, we talk about this all the time. There's a lot going on, plus all the things at USC that you want to take advantage of while you're here. 2 years flies, you know. Jorge just started, all these people are graduating, but it goes by very quickly. And so I'm just curious for the whole panel, whoever wants to jump in, what advice do you have to these students of how to best manage that? Maybe, you know, recommendations from the start in terms of people who are just getting adjusted to the courses and a new way of life. What would you recommend now as you look back?
I think I can go first. One suggestion that I could give everyone is that it's okay to be afraid. I think it's quite normal when you're actually getting a foothold on the curriculum and the courses. It's all right. I went through that. I still remember my first semester juggling interviews, resume preparation, courses, projects. It's quite normal here. And I'm quite sure that within a month or 1.5 months, you will figure it out. And each and everyone has their own way of approaching things. Someone might prepare a timetable and go along with it. Other people would actually like to sit together with their friends and learn whatever had been taught. So it depends on person to person. But one thing that I would not miss out on the campus life here. The fall semesters have tailgates. You should definitely go and attend those, never miss. I would strongly suggest you to not miss any of the campus programs that are happening. There are a lot of things happening, but tailgating, a couple of celebrations that usually happens, I think you should not miss it. Make sure that you try to include these in your semester along with the studies.
Yeah, I think I would like to echo that very much, because I also started in fall, and as soon as you come, as you said, it's go. Like, you don't have time to settle. You don't have time to like even think about, how you're going to go about this process. You're already starting to look for internships. People who started in like spring in the same year already have that head start that, they've settled in and they've started applying, but you do not have that. So you really need to like be on top of your game. But my advice is also to like, not feel guilty to take time off, because it is really important. You are living from one deadline to another when you're here at USC. The coursework is very very rigorous and hectic, and you have 100 things going on at the same time. So it is very, very important to like, take time off and, as Sham said, enjoy the campus life, or, do activities that really like interest you or relax you basically, or like participate in student organizations, attend their meetings, weekly meetings, and so on. So I think that is one piece of advice that I would definitely give.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add that it can be overwhelming at times, and you're gonna miss a lot of things. So it's not like, as USC has a lot of things to offer, it's not possible every time to, get the best out of everything. So it's okay to miss out on things that you think it's necessary right now, but to be honest, it is not necessary. If you're missing it, that's totally all right with it. And also I would recommend to do a proper planning, because a proper planning can, take you a long way ahead. And just set your priorities right, and I think you'll be fine.
Jorge, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I will say like, yeah, at the beginning of the semester, I also feel like maybe like, I don't know how to say, but with all the things that we have here to do, I went to the course check center. Okay, they have some resources like time management, even like stress management or test preparation. So yeah, I encourage you to use all the resources that we have here at USC. And also, as Steve said, like sometimes get a step back and enjoy all this journey, because I know we are here to prepare for the future, but we are here also to enjoy this journey.
Very well said. Thank you so much. I just realized we are about to hit the 10 o'clock mark, so I do want to be mindful of everyone's time. But you all just gave wonderful advice to our incoming students, and hopefully offered some perspective for them on what they can expect when they come here this fall. If any of you have more questions, or we weren't able to address something that you wanted us to cover today, please feel free to contact us. Our graduate ambassadors are available. If one of you could actually put the link in the chat, that would be great for everyone to know how they can reach out to you. And then, of course, our team also will give you our general email address for any questions related to submitting your statement of intent or financial documents, anything related to your admission at all. I want to definitely thank Professor Gill and Professor Morstadter for joining us today and sharing such wonderful, unique information about these data science programs. Our advisors also. And again, congratulations on your admission. We look forward to welcoming you to USC this fall. Thank you very much, and fight on.
Thank you, Jessica. We're so proud of our students. It's fantastic to just hear you talk about your experiences. And I think prospective students should want to have you as in their network of contacts and for their careers. So great to meet some of you, and great to see you, Lily.
It's
Bye.
super great to see you, Yolanda. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Jessica.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Thank you so much. Bye.